We're starting the workout with 10 body weight squats. So you're really focusing on all of the engagement in your glutes. And you're gonna get this by putting your weight in your heels and pulling your core in. Sometimes placing your hand on your bum is gonna help make that mind-body connection. And we're doing a total of 10. The next exercise we're doing is a hip flexor stretch. So we're doing 30 seconds with arms down, and you're engaging the glute of the back leg, and this should open up your hip. So right now I'm engaging my right glute, and that's gonna help my right hip flexor relax. So the point of this whole workout is we're gonna compare our first 10 squats at the beginning with our 10 squats at the end after we've opened up our hip flexors, and you're gonna see the difference in how to engage your glutes from these types of exercises. After 30 seconds of arms down, I'm just putting my hands up. You can put your arms straight as well if you'd like. That's just gonna enhance the stretch that much more. But just make sure you are engaging that glute muscle the whole time to really open up your hip flexor. Next, we're doing abductor lunges. So when you're coming down into a lunge, you're just pulsing down at the bottom here, and you're pressing between your kneecap and your hand. So my left hand the palm is pressing against the outside of the kneecap, and you're resisting that pressure with that leg, and that's going to transfer all of the engagement into your glute from your quad and your hips. So just gonna pull all of the engagement and all of the muscle firing to the back of your leg. This next exercise is fire hydrants with leg extensions. So don't worry about how this exercise looks, just go by feeling. So you're pulling, this time I'm pulling my right leg out to the side until I feel a really tight engagement in that right glute. Once I get that, I'm just moving my right leg 15 repetitions. So it's really, really going to raise the engagement of that right glute muscle. It will almost feel like a cramping feeling. And once you do 15 on this side, then you'll switch sides and we'll do the same thing on the left side for 15 repetitions. next exercise is bum tucks. So if you've been following along with the challenge all month, you'll be familiar with these. You're moving your spine and your core up and down using your glute muscles. So as my glutes relax, my spine's able to fall down into an arch, and as they engage, it creates an upwards arch in my spine. So it's your glutes solely that are moving your core and your upper body. Next exercise is donkey kicks. So I'm leading with my heel to engage my glute muscle. I'm also moving a little bit with my upper body up and down between my being on my elbows and coming up. I'm just trying to find the place where I can get my glute isolation. So you can see my leg is a little bit out to the side. That's how I'm able to get it. You just have to play around with what feels right for you. You don't want your hamstring to be engaged here. You want your glute to be engaged. So try pulling in your stomach, try moving your foot, angling it left and right, and seeing where you can get that isolation. And once you find it, you just want to pulse here. Next, we have a Cobra stretch. So you can choose to lift your shins off the ground like I am now, or you can just keep them on the ground, but we're really pulling our core in so that we're getting that lengthening feeling in our hip flexors. If you let your core relax, you won't open up your hip flexors to the same degree, so really make sure you're pulling your core in. Okay, now we're finishing the circuit with 10 squats again. So just you want to be mindful of the difference in feeling now that we've opened up our hip flexors and engaged our glute muscles, just to see if these 10 squats feel different than the 10 squats at the beginning. If you're still having a hard time engaging your glutes with bodyweight squats, then you might want to put a band just above your knees and have that pressure outwards while you're coming down into a squat. Not until you get this isolation with a squat should you be putting weight on and making the squat that much more difficult.